It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you. From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the New England Patriots. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pick.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Ball carrier. Anthony Hitchens brought him down. A 2-yard gain on the play. And
they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Newton. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
44-yard line.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Damian Williams, the ball.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
In the regular season, Damian Williams was really much more of a runner than he was a pass catcher. He only caught 30 passes in 2019, but there he picks
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Intercepted by the Patriots.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
A give. This is Michel. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Hill shedding the tackle. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
That's good for 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Damian Williams was dinged up a little bit in 2019, and Kansas City brought in LaShawn McCoy to supplement him. But when healthy, Damian Williams is a terrific back. Excellent speed, low center of gravity to make people miss. And how about the longest run in the league in 2019? 91 yards against the Vikings in Week 9. Many thought he was going to get caught, but he used the scoreboard in the stadium to make sure that no one was behind him as he carried it all the way to the end zone.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
And that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a pass here caught by Edelman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Complete.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First down, Patriots.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. A play fake to Michel, now Newton. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Second and 10. From the 50, Newton. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes going for it all. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Now left side on the swing pass. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. 2019 was the first season for Frank Clark in Kansas City after spending the previous 4 in Seattle. And that was a big move by Kansas City to bring him over. He did have 8 sacks in the regular season, but it was his 5 in postseason. And helping his team get to the Super Bowl, that's why they went and acquired him. And by the way, earned his first Pro Bowl nomination with his play. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time.
Here we go.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
To 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Newton going deep here for Edelman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level...
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Kansas City.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking downfield for Kelsey. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
A gain of 15.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Butker on for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught. Watkins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Chiefs 38, Patriots nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Complete to Demir.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he whips that one incomplete there. Demir Bird, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
New England.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
No.
Again, Newton. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Complete.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Newton. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First down, Patriots.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. To the air again, Newton. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And Walker has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And the Patriots will get a new set of downs. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me was in Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Here's Mecole Hardman. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
He's brought down.
Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Edelman set to return. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Patriots take over.
Around 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, the good news, they got the stop defensively. The bad news, this is a huge hole that they're in right now. How do they start to dig out of it?
That's a great question, because we're not even going to talk about how do they win it, right? We want to see how they can kind of claw back and at least make themselves feel better about the game, because this one is likely out of reach, but maybe one possession at a time. Try and play a little bit better and have some respect when you come out of the game.
Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's got White here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
And the Patriot
Newton throwing again. It's complete. James White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
1st down.
I'm sure at times James White gets frustrated because he might want to carry the ball a little bit more, but when you catch it like that, that's how teams are going to use you. The majority of his snaps may come on passing downs because he can create big plays downfield. 2nd on the team in catches in 2019. He led his squad.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 46. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Makes the score.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for three. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
On the return, the Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Bashaud Breeland. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
They'll take over.
And that pick just sets them up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the intercept. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score, Chiefs 48, Patriots 3. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Damiere Byrd on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
36 yards.
Now Newton on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10. at their own 10-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained. And, my goodness, another interception. Tedrick Thompson picks it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At the 39-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Pass incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Out of the gun, Newton. And now here is another interception.
Newton
picked off down near the 5. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Kansas City Chiefs.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
He's brought down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
We're back now in KC.
51.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Mahomes now to throw. Dancing to his left. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Let me feel myself a little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way a little bit.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Sony Michel, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
They snap it to Newton. And he locates Walker, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And a Patriot 1st down.
Ready? Let's go, D. Tighten up. Hey.
On 1st down, Newton escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
All day, just like that.
To throw again, Newton. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for Robbie.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
New England on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Newton. The pass complete. It's Bird. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? you still have to put some milk.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Newton. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Intended for number 28.
As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The keeper.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike, 53, Mike. I smell fear in that offense. 20. I smell fear in that offense.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And Walker with it over the middle. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
Down.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down. Working from the gun, Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
3-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
3rd and 4.
Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Chiefs.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down. Today's final score, Chiefs 51.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.